Briefly, to be clear, if you were governor, you would sign into law if the legislature brought you legislation about gay marriage. You would sign that. Representative Emmer?
I've made it very clear that this topic, it's important to a lot of people. Every issue is important to somebody. This issue, I've got a clear history of where I stand on the issue of marriage. But this election, this campaign, has to be focused on getting Minnesota moving again. That's what we've been talking about for months. You've got to create jobs again in the state of Minnesota. That's what the next governor should be focused on.
What is your position on a woman's right to have an abortion? And would you support or oppose any new restrictions on abortion in Minnesota?
Thank you so much for asking the question. Again, I've got very clear views on these issues. There's no question. And I'm going to say it again. If we are going to take all of our time running for office in this state and in this country and just identify the things that divide us on a regular basis, we're never going to move to where we need to be. If you just give me the respect that I'd give to you, I will answer the question again. This next governor, the next legislature, everybody in this state, rather than focusing on the things that divide us, needs to start focusing on the things that unite us. The one thing we should all agree on is creating a future that each one of us can enjoy whatever quality of life and whatever social viewpoint we have. That's the place where we all agree. Let's get back to working on reforming government and trying to create jobs in this state so that everybody can enjoy the quality of life that they would like to enjoy.
Representative Emmer and Senator Dayton, I'll give you a chance to follow up on some of the issues that Mr. Horner just talked about, which is pregnancy prevention.
I mean, if you're asking me what my position is, as I've told you, I've had a very clear position on these issues. I'm pro-life. I'm the only one that is. But going forward, you got to focus, and we can play games with words, but you got to focus on the things we agree on. The idea is you got to create an economic engine that actually runs so that you can enjoy the quality of life that you would like to, and everybody else here can too.
I would like to ask these gentlemen what their philosophy is on abortion, and specifically what your policy is on taxpayer-funded abortion in Minnesota.
You know what, I appreciate the question, and you know, Jackie and I, we believe in life, but I got to tell you, this election, it has to be about what is hurting the state of Minnesota, the loss of jobs. It's got to be, the economics are front and center. These are important issues, no doubt. But we got to start talking about why Minnesota is not able to do the things it might want to do. We got to talk about reforming our education system. We got to talk about reforming our government delivery systems. More importantly, we got to talk about growing jobs again in the state of Minnesota. That should be job number one for the next governor of this state, and those issues will be handled by the legislature.
As governor, would you support the adoption of a measure similar to Arizona's new immigration enforcement law? Why or why not? Representative Emmer, just to be clear though, if the Minnesota legislature presented you with this law, would you sign it as governor?
Well, I don't think you're going to see that. More importantly, getting back to